Without a doubt, I believe she was happy. Since her relationship with Duty Fire was the first she had ever gone public with, I believe she discovered a level of happiness with her that she hadn't experienced in her previous relationships. People have wondered for a long time what Diana might have talked about in her last phone call before the terrible Paris automobile tragedy. However, King Charles has now spoken publicly about their conversation, bringing to light long-suppressed feelings. Exactly what were the topics of their conversation? Did someone give you a warning, say farewell with all your heart, or do something even more shocking? Come with us as we delve into the details of the last conversation between King Charles and Princess Diana. One of the most tragic and moving moments in history was Princess Diana's last call with her family and friends. While visiting Paris in August 1997, Diana called her boys William and Harry, who were visiting their father, Prince Charles, at Balmoral Castle in Scotland. William and Harry were on vacation with their cousins at the royal estate when they were 12 and 15 years old, respectively. Unbeknownst to them, their mother's voice would be heard no more. They were too busy enjoying themselves to pay attention when she called. Prince William revealed that he recalled their chat even after all these years in the 2017 documentary Diana, Our Mother, Her Life and Legacy. He and Harry, he confessed, hadn't spent nearly enough time chatting because they were both eager to return to their games. William felt terrible guilt for not spending more time chatting with her. Even Prince Harry reminisced about the call with sadness. He came clean about how little time he had spent with his mom before she departed for Paris and how long it had been since they had seen each other in person. Despite his joy at hearing her voice, he said that he ended the call prematurely in his eagerness to get back to playing, expressing regret for not spending more time conversing with her. He admitted that if he had been aware of what was to come, he would not have been so careless. The fact that Diana called her ex-husband Prince Charles after speaking with her sons was uncovered in a program that aired in 2021. The late princess's friend and royal specialist journalist Richard Kay recalls having a conversation with her that very night. According to him, Diana had expressed her eagerness to go back home and see her boys again, and she seemed to be in good spirits. Sadly, she was killed in a car crash in a Paris tunnel a few hours later. Diana had a very deep bond with her sons before she passed away. She was still an active and caring mother to her children, visiting them frequently and even taking them on vacations after her divorce from Prince Charles. To make sure Prince Harry and William had a well-rounded upbringing, she also took them to places like homeless shelters and amusement parks. William and Harry were very candid about their grief after their mother's death. They remembered how tough it was to go back and forth between their parents' houses after the divorce, but they had no idea that was going to be their final conversation with her. Both of them still feel bad about how short their conversation was with her. No one anticipated the tragic farewell that Diana had with her sons and Prince Charles in her last communication with them. Unfortunately, she was never able to fulfill her intention to go back home and be with her boys. The world mourned her passing with heavy hearts, but her legacy of generosity and compassion lives on in the hearts of many. Diana had an incredible last few days, full of activities and new feelings, despite the terrible event that took her life.
What on earth were these exciting occurrences?
Strange last days. Neither Princess Diana nor Prince Charles wanted the bitter divorce that resulted from their troubled marriage. Nevertheless, Queen Elizabeth, I strongly advocated for their separation, considering it to be the optimal course of action. Their breakup appeared to be nothing more than a royal scandal when it occurred. Nobody could have predicted that it would be followed by a modern-day tragedy of unparalleled magnitude. Now that I can look back, I can see the red flags. The mental and emotional toll, the media frenzy, and Diana's growing estrangement from the rest of the royal family. One of humanity's most cherished icons was about to be lost, but nobody could have predicted it. With 18 Emmy nominations, including Best Drama Series, Netflix's The Crown delves into Diana's last chapter in its sixth and final season. Elizabeth Debicki, who played Diana, was nominated for 2 awards for the role. Throughout Diana's final months, The series aims to depict her complicated emotions, challenges, and unwavering resolve to seize control of her life. Diana appeared to have a bright future after her divorce. In spite of her feelings of abandonment by the royal family, she retained her residence at Kensington Palace, her title as Princess of Wales, and a settlement of $21 million. Above all else, though, she had her two prince sons, William and Harry, who continued to be her universe. Plus, before her untimely demise, reports circulated that she was allegedly pregnant again. When Diana's life was abruptly ended on August 31, 1997, she was only 36 years old. After then, memories of her last months were viewed by many with profound sorrow. Even in her best moments, there is a hint of sadness, as if her pre-future destiny had been snatched from her. But Diana's final days were not all misery. Happiness, independence, and love were all things she was rediscovering. Everyone was captivated, eagerly anticipating her next move and the person she would marry. She hosted a significant charity auction at Christie's in June 1997. 79 of her most renowned gowns were sold in order to generate $5 million for a charitable cause. For her, this was the beginning of a fresh chapter in which she could finally let go of her past and enter her future according to her own terms. Diana delivered an impactful remark regarding her self-improvement following the auction. "And I will be honest to myself," she reportedly said, according to Andrew Morton, her biographer. "Living up to other people's expectations of me is something I refuse to do anymore. I'm gonna be me." These words reflected Diana's determination to move forward. She no longer wanted to be defined by the royal family or the media. She wanted to build a life that was authentic, fulfilling, and focused on making a difference. Diana's journey after the dissolution of her marriage with Prince Charles was even more fascinating. What events made it truly appealing? Life beyond the royal spotlight. For 15 years, Princess Diana had lived in the spotlight, gaining a deep understanding of people and communication. By 1995, she had spoken about how her experiences had given her valuable insight and expressed a strong desire to use that knowledge for good. In a famous BBC Panorama interview, she had shared that she wanted to connect with people and make a difference. Her personal life had been turbulent, and after years of separation, her divorce from Prince Charles was finalized on August 28, 1996. However, rather than stepping away from public life, Diana had used the opportunity to redefine her role. Later that year, in December 1996, she had traveled to New York, where the United Cerebral Palsy Organization had honored her with the Humanitarian of the Year award. The recognition had reinforced her growing identity as a global humanitarian rather than just a royal figure. By 1997, she had fully committed herself to charitable causes, particularly those helping victims. In January, she visited Angola with the Halo Trust, walking through a minefield in protective gear to highlight the deadly impact of landmines. The powerful images from the visit had captured the world's attention, further proving that Diana was determined to use her influence for meaningful